Ellen DeGeneres spent years as TV's beloved, dancing, be kind queen. Her show was all about feel-good moments, celebrity fun, and big giveaways.
Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. Because I'm happy for you.
But behind the smiles, there is a dark story. Allegations of workplace toxicity, awkward interviews, and a huge gap between her image and reality shattered her spotless reputation.
Stick with Timmy because, even if it's just a platonic relationship, I think we can have a nice companionship together. And Harry's on the road a lot, and it's very stressful being with someone.
You're so bad at this game. Okay.
Fans turned, ratings crashed, and her empire banished. Was Ellen always like this? Or did fame change her? We need to talk about her in this video as it is getting serious now. The question that arises here is, did she build an empire on kindness, or was it all just an act? For years, whispers swirled that the Be Kind queen wasn't so kind off camera. In March 2020, comedian Kevin Porter's viral Twitter thread invited people to share insane stories about Ellen being mean. Over 2,000 replies poured in, full of unflattering anecdotes. Around the same time, a former bodyguard called her demeaning. At a 2014 Oscars event, shocked by how cold she was behind the scenes. One ex-employee didn't hold back. That be kind bullshit only happens when the cameras are on. For a while, these were just rumors and tweets. But in mid-2020, the truth burst into the spotlight, and Ellen's empire started to crumble. If you thought the rumors were bad, the truth was even worse. In July 2020, BuzzFeed News dropped a bombshell expose, revealing a toxic workplace culture on the Ellen DeGeneres show. Based on interviews with one current and 10 former employees, the report exposed an environment of fear, racism, and intimidation. Some of the most shocking claims: employees were fired after taking medical leave or bereavement days. Others were warned never to speak to Ellen or even look at her. Staff members walked on eggshells, terrified of losing their jobs over the smallest mistake. This wasn't just gossip anymore. It was a full-blown scandal, and it was about to get even worse. It wasn't just a toxic workplace. Employees of color faced even worse treatment. A Black woman who worked on the Ellen DeGeneres show recalled being met with racial microaggressions from day one. A senior producer joked about confusing her with another Black employee just because they both had box braids. At a work party, a writer bluntly told her, "I only know the names of the white people here," while others awkwardly laughed. When she pushed for better diversity and asked coworkers to stop using offensive terms, she was dismissed as the PC police and later reprimanded. Fear ruled the workplace. Complaining meant retaliation. One former employee admitted, "As a Black person, speaking out gets you blacklisted." Many felt powerless, but the real question remained. Ellen's Be Kind image was crumbling fast, and people weren't buying it. Former staffers called out the show's hypocrisy, with one bluntly saying, "They don't practice what they preach." While executive producers took much of the blame, many felt Ellen had ignored the toxicity for too long. The lack of accountability at the top was glaring. Days after the BuzzFeed report, Warner Media launched an investigation, and Ellen sent a heartfelt apology to her staff, claiming she was disappointed to learn about the toxic environment. But by then, it was too late. In August 2020, 3 top producers were fired to clean up the mess. But the damage was done. The public had already made up its mind. Ellen's reign as daytime TV's sweetheart was over. Ellen's interviews were supposed to be fun, so why did some feel downright uncomfortable? Long before the workplace scandal, certain celebrity interactions raised eyebrows. These moments meant to be playful, sometimes exposed cracks in Ellen's nice persona. Take Dakota Johnson's 2019 interview. Ellen jokingly accused her of not inviting her to her 30th birthday party. But Dakota, smiling nervously, didn't let it slide. "Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen."
And how was the party? I wasn't invited.
Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited.
"I did invite you, ask everybody." Ellen, visibly caught off guard, fumbled, "Why didn't I go?" "Oh yeah, I had that thing." Viewers cringed as Dakota effortlessly exposed Ellen. The clip went viral, with many calling the moment darkly satisfying.
Was it, oh yeah, I had that thing. It was probably in Malibu. That's too far for me to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. No, I think I do remember I was invited. Thank you.
You're welcome.
At the time, it seemed like a harmless slip-up. But looking back, it hinted at something bigger. Ellen's carefully curated Be Kind image wasn't as flawless. Ellen's interviews were known for playful banter, but sometimes they crossed a line. One of the most uncomfortable moments came in 2008 when Mariah Carey appeared on the show amid pregnancy rumors. Mariah wasn't ready to confirm anything, but Ellen pushed her anyway. Let's toast with some champagne.
Let's toast to you not being pregnant. If you're not pregnant, then we should.
My goodness. I can't believe it.
Ellen said, handing Mariah a glass on air. The audience laughed as Mariah hesitated, nervously joking, "This is peer pressure."
Peer pressure. Do you see what Ellen is doing? This is peer pressure.
When she faked a sip, Ellen gleefully shouted, "You're pregnant."
You're pregnant. You're pregnant. You are pregnant.
In reality, Mariah was expecting, but tragically, she miscarried soon after. Years later, she called the moment extremely uncomfortable and wished she had been shown more empathy.
Why does she keep talking about Jim?
Looking back, what was meant to be a fun stunt felt invasive. And for many viewers, it was yet another sign that Ellen's on-air kindness didn't always translate to real-life sensitivity. Ellen's reputation was built on kindness, but was it all just an act? One of the most uncomfortable moments came in 2000. Ellen fixated on Taylor's love life, even as she looked visibly uncomfortable. She played a game, flashing photos of men, some exes, some just rumors, and told Taylor to ring a bell when she landed on the one who inspired "We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together." At first, Taylor laughed nervously, but as Ellen kept pushing, she protested.
What are you doing to me? This is me.
Okay, all right.
This makes me feel so bad about myself. Every time I come up here, you put like a different dude up there on the screen.
"This is my one shred of dignity." The audience chuckled, but Taylor wasn't joking. When a photo of John Mayer appeared, she became upset, pleading, "Stop it, it makes me feel so bad about myself." She was on the verge of tears, but Ellen kept going.
I don't know what I'm...
You're supposed to ring.
But I don't want to. I don't want to.
All right, I'll ring.
Because they'll send me angry emails and I don't want to get them.
I'll hold it for you.
In 2021, the clip resurfaced on TikTok, and fans were outraged. What once seemed playful now looked like public humiliation. Moments like these chipped away at Ellen's nicest person in Hollywood image. "Don't look Ellen in the eye" was Ellen's kindness just for the cameras. The more stories surfaced, the harder it was to believe. Multiple sources claimed staff were told not to approach or even make eye contact with Ellen. Her team denied it, but for someone who built a brand on kindness, it felt off. Beauty influencer Nikki Tutorials recalled a cold, underwhelming backstage experience, even being denied a restroom because it was reserved for the Jonas Brothers. Then came rumors. Ellen allegedly berated staff over small mistakes and threw fits over nail polish colors.
Het is bij Ellen in ieder geval, het is wat ik heb meegemaakt hier en andere landen is dat gewoon een hele andere wereld. Het zit gewoon iets anders.
Actor Brad Garrett summed it up. Mistreatment was common knowledge in Hollywood. By 2020, the rumors were loud, but the BuzzFeed expose, when a scandal breaks, you learn who your real friends are and who's willing to look the other way. In July, an article exposed allegations of a toxic workplace on the Ellen Degeneres show, and the backlash was immediate. Replace Ellen trended as fans called for a new host, realizing the show's feel-good vibe had a dark side. Celebrities were divided. Katy Perry and Kevin Hart defended Ellen, but fans accused them of ignoring employees' voices. Meanwhile, actress Leah Thompson simply confirmed Ellen apologized, addressed it on air, and saw a rating spike.
Grateful, and I try to stay humble, and I think that I pay attention to what is important and what is real.
But the goodwill didn't last. As she joked, "I've had a rough summer." Not everyone was laughing. Ellen's fall from grace wasn't just about headlines. It showed up where it mattered most. Ellen's downfall wasn't just a scandal. It was a full-blown exodus. After her on-air apology, the Ellen DeGeneres Show lost over 1 million viewers in just 6 months. Once a daytime TV powerhouse, Ellen went from competing with Dr. Phil to being overtaken by The Kelly Clarkson Show. By early 2021, her ratings had sunk to the level of much smaller programs, and advertisers started pulling back. Women under 54 Her core audience dropped by 38%, and ad revenue reportedly dipped 20% year-over-year. The fallout extended beyond TV. In 2020 alone, Ellen lost over 1.1 million followers across Instagram and Twitter. Her once thriving YouTube channel also took a hit, with comment sections turning critical and engagement dropping. The Ellen brand, once untouchable, was now undeniably tarnished. Ellen's exit from daytime TV wasn't the grand farewell. Ellen's downfall wasn't about one bad moment. It was a slow burn that finally caught fire. In May 2021, she announced the Ellen DeGeneres show would end after its 19th season. She claimed it was her decision that she needed a new challenge. But let's be honest, the timing right after plummeting ratings and public backlash said otherwise. When the final episode aired in May 2022, it felt less like a grand farewell and more like the end of an era tainted by controversy. In later interviews, Ellen admitted, "This is not the way I wanted to end my career." Since then, she's kept a low profile, reflecting on how surreal it was to go from America's sweetheart to one of its most criticized figures. In the end, it took just months of bad press. Ellen's story proves that no amount of giveaways can save a reputation if the reality doesn't match the image. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for the latest updates.